Okay, so let's get started. What do we want to do? We want to know which WordPress packages and which versions of them are being used in a particular version of Gutenberg. So, getting that information out is a bit tricky. So yeah, it's not as straightforward as it seems. So yeah, let's dive into it. Um, okay, so let's start by looking at Gutenberg repo. I'm going to open it in my VS Code. And so I hope this is visible. Okay, so this is the main package.json file, and if you see, they have defined all these dependencies, and you can see that it's pointing to the local file system. It's not pointing to a particular version of the package, so that's fine because they have all these packages in the Gutenberg mono repo. So you can actually see that it's inside all the packages. They have got all these packages like Ali, annotations, API fetch, autop, etc. And that's what we are using. Okay, so yeah, okay, so as you can see, I am on the 7.9 Gutenberg version branch, which is the version 7.9.1. That's what we are using in authoring. So we'll try to see if we can find out which versions they are using in this Gutenberg plugin version. So let's start with a simple package, which is internationalization, I18. So it's saying that the version for this package should come from packages I18. So let's go to that folder. So packages, where is it? I18, here it is. And if we look at the package.json file for that version, so it says that, okay, for okay, so I just realized you might not be able to see the branch, so let me move myself. Okay, so as you can see here at the bottom left corner, the version is 7.9.1, and in that version it's using 3.10.0 version of I18 package. But if you go to npm package registry and look for I18 package, and if you look at previous versions, okay, so here it is. So here is the version 3.10.0, which is what we saw in the package.json file, right? So over here, but if you see the timestamp at which they bumped this version, it's April 2nd, 2020, right? So, and you can actually match that with the timestamp which shows up on npm package registry, which is, not sure if you can see the tooltip, but it says 5 months ago, and the timestamp is 2nd of April 2020. But here it's so it's not as simple as this. Like, we can't just pick up this version 3.10.0 and put that in our package.json where we want to use this package, because the way Gutenberg plugin is released and the way the packages linked with that version are released on npm registry, it's a bit different. So it's important to know how it's done. So what happens, Gutenberg core team releases the version on WordPress plugin repository first. Once that's published, then only they release the npm packages on npm registry. So it's important to understand the chronology here. WordPress plugin first, npm packages later. So at the time when plugin is published to WordPress repo, plugin repo, that time the version is still not bumped for npm packages. Version for npm packages gets bumped when they are published to npm registry. So if you understand it, it gets delayed. So it lags a little bit if you compare the source code. So and we can actually see that in the revision log for Gutenberg plugin. So if you have to compare 3.10.0 version for i18 package, it was released on 2nd of April, right? And if we check the revision log for Gutenberg plugin, and if we see which version was released on 2nd of April, it would be something else. So let's say we can see that, okay, let me zoom a little bit. Yeah, so over here we can see that Gutenberg version 7.9.1, we have got these 3 commits, right? And it says that 5 months ago, 5 months ago, and 5 months ago. But if you check the timestamp, it says 16th of April 2020, not 2nd of April. So as you can see, the version 7.9.1, it was released after the date when 3.10.0 was released. And if you check the next bump for i18 package 3.11.0, and if you check the timestamp, that's what it says, 15th of April, or nearly 16th of April if we have to consider the UTC time. So we clearly saw here that okay, it's going one version ahead, and that's because they released the WordPress plugin repo first, and then they published the npm packages. And again, I think we can verify this for any other package. So let's take another one. Where is the package.json? Okay. Cool. So let's take okay, element one. So WordPress element. So it says that we have to go to packages/element. So let's go there. So that's also one of the basic trivial packages which Gutenberg uses. It's basically a proxy for React. So if I go to package.json for WordPress element, it says 2.12.0 for version 7.9.1, and you can see that it was again released on same 2nd April. So if you go to npm package registry for element package, and if you check the versions, and what was the version? 2.12.0. So if you check 2.12.0, it has got again April 2nd 2020, but that's not when 7.9.1 was released. It was released 15 days after that, which is 16th of April. Yeah, so basically we have to consider one version ahead. And this is kind of a bit of manual process that you'll have to follow. For each plugin that you want to use, you'll have to find out which version it's using in the source code, check out the timestamp, compare the same timestamp and the version number on npm package registry, and then compare it with the timestamp when the Gutenberg plugin was actually released. And that's how you basically compare. Another good thing to check is the Slack channel for WordPress workspace. They have got core editor channel for Gutenberg where all the active development happens, and that's where they basically announce this is when they are going to publish npm packages and Gutenberg plugin itself. This is the core editor channel. You can sign up for this and log into it and monitor the active development and chat happens. So let's try to find out the announcement post for npm packages release. Usually you can search for that here in the Slack search. How do we search? Okay, let's search for the plugin. Let's search for the package that we want to target. So let's say WordPress / element. Okay, so it basically looks like this. This is one of the example where they have published packages. So it says that, okay, Greg has said WordPress packages were published to npm yesterday. It must have happened for a particular version. And usually they post this message cross-channel in core.js as well as core editor, because core.js is also another channel where they discuss JavaScript aspects of Gutenberg. So that's also quite active. So over here you can see that, okay, Greg has released all the packages, and this is the Lerna publish log when the packages were publishing. So it says that, okay, these packages have been published successfully, and you can see that it also has versions. So let's find out when the Gutenberg plugin 7.9 was released, and if the npm packages were released after that or not. So how do we check that? So you can see that from the timestamp that, okay, 7.9 and 7.9.1 was released on 16th of April. So let's try to see if there are any messages posted, announcement posted in Slack during that time. So let's go to that date, jump to a specific date. I want to go to April 2020, and let's start from 14 because they may have published little bit ahead of time. So let's start from 14th of April. Okay, so scan. There are some chats is going on, and here Riyadh has said that, okay, working on some fixes for 7.9 today. So it means that 7.9 may have got released later that time. And here it says it's the release day, so they're going to release it. So yeah, this is where they have released the 7.9 JIT tag for Gutenberg plugin, and then Greg has jumped in to handle the npm release. So over here you can actually see the whole list of packages and along with their versions which got published after 7.9 was released. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can probably take version numbers from here and put them in your project wherever you are using these packages directly. Many times the npm packages and publishing those packages gets delayed. And there's also a reason for that, because whenever WordPress version is being bumped and Gutenberg code is merged into WordPress core, that's when they have to hold off npm packages publishing, because I don't fully understand it, but WordPress core uses those packages directly from npm registry, so that's how they want to make sure that correct version is used and in WordPress core, and no new version is released or bumped before WordPress core is released. So that's how they are handling it right now. Hopefully they should streamline that process, maybe, or maybe they're facing some challenges, but that's how it is right now. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But the idea is the same. You basically find out which version of WordPress packages is being used in Gutenberg plugin, and you find it out as I explained earlier, and then you can use it in your project or other plugin or wherever you want. So yeah, I hope this may have helped you. If not, you can reach out to me, we can chat, or whatever. So yeah, peace. Signing out. Thank you.